Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Electrical Engineering. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe. So today we are going to talk about how you can save electricity at your home. So the basic thing you need to do is first you need to understand what is the billing method which is being used by the electrical service provider company to calculate your electricity bill. So I will give you some idea about the two parameters which are generally used. So first is the TOD charges, that is basically time of the day charges. It is basically depends upon at what time of the day you are consuming the electricity. If you are consuming the electricity in the peak hour period, then the tariff rate will be high. Whereas if you are consuming the electricity in non-peak hour periods, then the tariff will be less. So you need to make sure that most of your power consuming activities are done in the non-peak hours so as to save more on your electricity bill. Next is the unit slab charges. So it basically means that, as you can see here, this is for an example. If your consumption is between 0 to 100 units, then this will be your fixed charges and this will be your FAC charges, that is fuel adjustment charges. Okay, but as the consumption increases, you can see here for this unit slabs there are different tariff rates. So for an example, if your consumption is around 340 units, then you should try to save electricity and bring your consumption below 300, so that you can see here for per unit there are almost 3 rupees of different. Then here also the rate is different. So in short, when you consider the bill of the month, it makes a lot of difference. You need to understand what is the billing method which has been used by your electrical service provider company. So the next important point is insulate your home to prevent the heat loss or intrusion. The maximum consumption in our home is because of the air conditioning unit or the room heater. As you can see this image on your screen, the heat escapes through the windows, through the flooring, through the roof and through the door gaps. So we need to avoid this heat exchange so that the air conditioning or the room heater will consume less amount of electricity to maintain the temperature. As you can see on your screen, the gaps of the door are being covered up by using the insulating material. So you can also do this at your home to fill the gaps so as to avoid the heat exchange. So now we'll talk about the windows. 15 to 20% of the heat is exchanged through windows. So we should avoid this heat exchange. For that, what you need to do, you need to use energy efficient windows. As you can see, there are two types of windows on your screen. One is a double pane window which has 2 glass layers. One is a triple pane window which has 3 glass layers. Basically here an insulation gas is used between the two glasses and these glass are coated with e-coating. So in the end what you do, you avoid the heat energy from outside to enter into your home. By using this double pane and triple pane window, you can obstruct 90 to 97% of energy coming into your home. In summer, it will avoid the heat energy from outside to enter into your room, whereas in winter it will not let the warmth of the room to go outside. So you can save a lot by using energy efficient windows. So next thing you can do is install automatic light sensors or time sensor for outdoor lighting. We humans are not disciplined with our switching of the lights. Most of the times we just forgot, or being in a hurry we don't turn off the lights. So it is important for us to save electricity on lighting. What you can do, you can basically use the motion sensor based or infrared sensor based lights which can turn on and off the light automatically. The next is for outdoor lighting, you can either go for timer based lighting or you can use the motion sensor based lighting as shown in the image here. See, you can see here, as you are near to the lamp area it is light, but if you go close to it, it becomes more brighter. So this is the advantage of these motion lights and it save a lot on electricity bill. Next problem is that we do not unplug the electronic devices when they are not in use. 23% of the electric consumption is because of such devices. To save electricity in this particular scenario, what you can do, first you need to remove or unplug the device when it's not in use. Second is you need to avoid the stand mode of the devices. For an example, if you're using a laptop, as your work is finished, turn off the laptop. Do not put it into sleep mode. Next is, and the laptop is charged, unplug the charger. Most of us just keep it plug in and keep working. So that is not good for the health of the battery of the laptop as well as you're consuming electricity. And for an example, if you're using a TV and there is a cable setup box, then once you close the TV, you also need to close the setup box, because being it in the standby mode, it consumes electricity. The next is using of energy rated appliances. As we all know, in the market, whenever you buy an appliance, you get this kind of parameters or stars mentioned on the equipment. So more the stars, more will be your savings. So whenever you buy equipment, you need to consider this data, okay, so as to consider the saving of electricity bill. So guys, you can see a solar tube on your screen. Basically by this you can use the daylight, okay, instead of the electricity. So here the light is made to enter from the dome, and then you can see that there are multiple reflections, okay, before distributing light uniformly. So by installing such kind of solar tube, you can save a lot on electricity bill. Next is use of Wi-Fi control switches or timer to prevent excess use of AC and water heater. Here is an example of a Wi-Fi control switch which is available in the market. You just need to connect it just before the appliance, and then you can control the switching of the appliance through Wi-Fi. Suppose it is summertime and you are getting back home. So you want the room to be cooled. So either you can use the smart AC, which now has the GSM based option to send the message and it will turn on, or you can use these switches for the same application. This will save a lot of electricity. Suppose you go out in a hurry, you forgot to switch all those equipments. So you can switch it off from this. So the next step you can do is you should use the solar energy for drying the clothes and to meet your hot water requirement. We wash the clothes in the washing machine and then we dry them in the washing machine by the dryer. But instead of using the dryer, what you can do, you can use the solar energy for drying the clothes, because the dryer consumes a lot of electricity. Next, for hot water application, you can use the solar water heating system. The payback period for this system is generally 3 to 4 years, and the life of this system is close to 15 to 20 years. So this will give a lot of financial benefits, as well as it will serve your hot water requirement. So guys, suppose you did all these activities, still you are not getting enough results. It is suggested that at least you conduct an energy audit once or twice a year. So how you can do an energy audit? Don't worry, it is simple. You do not need to hire someone else. So first thing you need to do is you need to note the list of appliances and their working hours. You need to note what is the equipment, what is the wattage mentioned on the nameplate, and then what is the working hour for that particular equipment. Then you need to calculate your energy consumption for the daily or monthly basis and cross check with the electricity bill. So this will not be 100% accurate, but 10-20% variation is still acceptable. Okay, but if you see a lot of variation, then you need to check for your cables, because sometimes because the cables are old or because of the old wiring system, there is a leakage in the system. So that might be leading to loss of electricity. So guys, this was all about how you can save electricity at your home. If you have liked this video, do give a thumbs up and also write your feedback in the comments. Guys, your feedback is very important to us. So even if you dislike the video, press the dislike button. You can also write to us the comments or on the email mentioned in the description. You can also follow us on Instagram. So guys, thank you for watching.